get to this, alright? So, I'm gonna share the screen, I'm gonna read it, and tell you my thoughts, and why she just has no clue what she's talking about when it comes to the X-Men name, and why X-Men does not mean exclusively men. That's not what it means. But we're gonna read the interview, okay? Okay, no audio for this. This is from the Daily Mail. I know, okay. Marvel's new studio president, Victoria Alonso, that's who she is considering dropping the man from X-Men to make the brand name more inclusive. She very right there. She doesn't understand what X-Men means. In a recent interview with Nuke the Fridge, Alonso, who just 4 days ago was promoted to president, not president of Marvel, president of specific sectors, physical and post-production, VFX, and animation, hinted that internal thinking is that the name of X-Men isn't sufficiently inclusive. Yeah, I don't know what the future's going. It's funny that people call it X-Men. There's a lot of superheroes in the X-Men group, so I think it's outdated, she said. Alonso added that the other non-movie properties are undergoing similar rogue changes as company director Kevin Feige, a longtime Marvel executive, has been working on in recent years to better integrate the Marvel Cinematic Universe with comic books, which trend towards a change in wokeness. Okay, I'm not going to get into that. So, here's the problem with this. This is wokeness. This is example wokeness. Victoria Alonso. I think you know Marvel. You obviously worked at Marvel. But I don't think you know what X-Men means. This is how you're going to change the name X-Men? No! X-Men is... The name itself is a brand name. X-Men, especially Wolverine, is the second most popular Marvel character besides Spider-Man. But X-Men is probably the most... If you talk about most popular brand in Marvel, you got Spider-Man and probably the X-Men. But, yeah, but the X-Men doesn't mean men. Yes, it says X-Men. X-M-E-N. But men doesn't mean man. Like, I'm a male. Okay? Or the males out there. That's not what X-Men means. And look, when we refer to human beings, we refer to a fellow man, right? We don't really refer to a human, others as fellow woman, right? That's not what this means. That's not what it means. Like, this is, I'm sorry. Like, so I'm just going to tell you this. This is really woke. She doesn't understand. Wokeness, whatever. X-Men. Get rid of this search. X-Men does not mean men or man. It means Xavier's men. Yes, there's female members in the X-Men, but it doesn't mean men. Like, it's not referring to gender. That's not what men in the X-Men means. It's not referring to gender. It's referring to Xavier's men. Xavier's team of heroes that fight the injustice upon mutants and try to help with peace between mutants and regular humans. That's what X-Men means. Xavier's men that's there to help them, to try to have peace between mutants and humans. Where Xavier's always been known to be. That's what makes Xavier Magneto's dilemma so interesting. That Magneto thinks the mutants are superior, and the humans will never accept him. Where Xavier thinks humans and mutants could be able to coexist. And that's why he has his team that helps him fight the injustice against mutants, but also injustice against humans, because they also follow Xavier's footsteps and believing in peace between the two, I guess, species. I guess you could call them. But that's a different thing. That's a little different. That's going off a tangent there a little bit. But Xavier's men does not mean gender. It's not a gender thing. It's just his men. You go military. You got a military. If people, I know people in the military. They have a platoon, right? A platoon or whatever. They got women in the platoon. The sergeant, the general, whatever. They say, these are my men. And it could be a woman. There could be a woman in there. He's not referring to the woman as... He's not referring to them as... He's not referring to him as gender. That's not what it is. This is not a gender thing. X-Men was never about gender. And I was on a friend's stream last night. I brought this up, and he's saying, he basically said the exact same thing. X-Men is not a gender thing. It's Xavier's men. Like his men going to war or wherever, battle for him. That's referring to women. It's nothing to do with gender, whatever. Storm, Psylocke, Rogue, whatever. Yeah, Jane Grey. Yeah. They're an X-Men. They're a woman. But it was never about gender. That's not what Xavier's men meant. It's not. It's just refers to Xavier's men. That's it. And it's not referring to sex, a gender thing here. So yeah, this is an example of wokeness. A very good example of wokeness. She doesn't. I don't think she understands what Xavier's men. I think somebody should tell her. I think if you change the brand name from X-Men, I think a lot of people are gonna be angry. I think it doesn't matter what side you're on, because I don't think that's a good idea to change the name X-Men, because I know X-Men, and a lot of comic book fans know X-Men does not mean men like me. It means Xavier's men, not referring to gender. They know gender. I mean the casuals. I think the casuals know too. The hardcores know, definitely does not refer to that. This is an example of wokeness. This is bad. So, do not change it. Victoria Alonso, you have to understand, this is not about gender. That's not what it refers to. Okay? And it refers to Xavier's men. Not Xavier's man. Okay? Whatever. I'm done with this. This is stupid. I read that. Okay. And I'm gonna end this. I'm gonna end this with this. Do not change it. Do not change the brand name, because the title X-Men sells. And it's not because of gender. Okay. And with that, like, share, subscribe, comment below. Thank you.